This is the plaintiff, Casey Peterkin. He says he booked and paid the defendant for the use of the Tropical Reflections ballroom from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. for his wedding reception. But get this, the lady bursts into the room at midnight, turns on the lights, and kicks out the DJ. The guests freaked out and started to leave, and his bride began to cry. He didn't even get to have his last dance on his wedding night, and it's all the sorry defendant's fault. He's suing for $1,500 for a refund of the unused time at the reception. This is the defendant, Jean Miller. She says the plaintiff's wedding planner requested 2 additional hours before the party to set up the room, and the plaintiff's wife didn't want to pay more for the extra time. They knew full well the party was going to end 2 hours earlier than originally planned. And in all 26 years she's been in this business, she's never made a change like this without first getting the client's permission, which she did. She's accused of being a wedding crasher.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Casey Peterkin.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you are suing Tropical Reflections Ballroom, represented here by Jean Miller. You're the administrator, for $1,500 that you want refunded to you because you feel that they cut short the reception at your wedding.
Right.
Okay. Well, no matter how this turns out, I am so sorry that you feel that way, because no one ever wants anything to go wrong on their wedding day.
Right.
And hopefully you have a lot of beautiful memories anyway from everything that happened before then. So tell me what happened.
What happened is the wedding planner had called us like a couple of weeks before the wedding and says she wanted some extra time to set up in the hall. We told her that it was not okay and that she could not do that.
Meaning because somebody would have to pay for that extra time.
Right.
Okay. Who is the lady next to you? Is that the bride?
Yeah.
Okay. So you had a wedding planner?
Yeah.
And she tells you, I can't take the usual what? What do you normally give wedding planners? How much time do you give them to set up?
Preparation time is 2 hours.
And the 2 hours, I just can't do it in 2 hours.
Right.
Okay. So you say, no, I'm not going to pay for more preparation time. So what happened?
She wanted to move the time. The original time was from 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. She wanted me to move it from like 5 p.m. to like midnight or 1.
Why 5? What time was your actual ceremony?
5 p.m.
And it was going to go until what time?
5 to 7.
2 hours?
Right.
For the ceremony?
At the church. Make their way to the hall where it's from 8 to 3.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So she says to you, I need more time to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
So you agreed to move it earlier?
No, I did not agree to.
You did not agree. So what happened?
I heard nothing else about it. The day of the wedding, about 12 midnight, almost exactly, the music stopped. I thought it was changing the music or something, but the lights came on and...
Why did the music stop? Because the DJ's not their DJ, is it?
No, it's our DJ.
Right.
But he was told by the person that owns the place that turn the lights on, party's over.
Okay.
And that was at 12 midnight.
Now, according to you, that is how you turn on the lights like a parent, right? Because I mean, every venue I've ever rented, they can't wait to sell me more time. So they walk up to me discreetly. They say, people look like they're having a really good time. Would you like to pay me more?
And
then I say yes or no.
That's correct. Because I did not want my bride crying. It's not a good referral. It's bad for the business. I said, if this is what the confusion is about, I'll give you an extra hour free.
Free. And your complaint, go ahead.
It's not a problem. It's not good business to have a bride.
I understand. So you told them they could have an extra hour.
Right, but at that time, the confusion had been taking place for 45 minutes.
So the guests had already left. Okay, so did you folks actually go and start turning on lights like a parent, or did you?
Her consultant.
Her wedding planner.
Her wedding planner, who orchestrated the entire wedding from the time she completed payment of the contract. Miss Brown told me that from here on in, from the time she completed the payment of the contract, from here on in you are to deal strictly with my consultant.
Okay.
So I never spoke to Melanie again until the day of the wedding.
Okay.
At 12 o'clock, her consultant came to me and said, Jean, please turn on the lights. This function is over. Mr. Peterkin gave his mother, Mrs. Brown's mother-in-law now, full authority to control all of the final details for the wedding, of which I have that in writing.
Let me see that.
explaining
Is a
everything.
consultant someone who you work with or someone she
No,
picked?
they hired her.
You folks picked out the consultant.
They hired her.
But she knows her on a personal
Hold on.
level.
Have you spoken to the consultant before you came to court?
No, that's not true.
Hold on. Have you spoken to the consultant before you came to court?
No.
No.
No. Did you pick out the consultant? What were you just saying right now, that she said it's not true?
She knows.
I didn't ask if she knew
Okay.
her. Of course, everybody knows each other in this business. I asked, did you pick the consultant?
Yes.
Or did they shove a consultant down your throat?
No, we
Okay.
picked.
I want to know if the consultant's representing you or her. All right. Okay. I, Casey Peterkin, after discussing with Melanie Brown, that's you, right? Am leaving the final wedding details to Merlene
That's my mother.
Edwards. You did author this.
I did write that, yes.
Okay. Where is Merlene?
She's not here.
Do you have an affidavit from her?
No.
Okay. So what happened before the wedding?
I mean, can you believe somebody would hire a reception hall, book it, and not put how much time they are allowed in the contract?
Yeah, that's pretty dumb. I mean, you need to have, that's an important day. So you need to have the time that you need to accommodate your people coming to your wedding.
I mean, does anybody have any justification for why the bride and groom might not put that in? Does that make any sense? Any sense?
No, I agree. It's a really important date. You're planning this for a year. You probably should figure that out by that point.
It just seems insane to me, going inside the courtroom.
What happened before the wedding?
Yeah, what happened before? Because obviously something happened, because there's a reason why somebody walks up to you and says, okay, we're doing
Nicole
it.
called and wanted to change the
Who did?
Nicole, the consultant.
The consultant.
Wanted to add preparation time to it. She used the extra time, which Melanie paid for overtime. She used that time to use it for preparation time.
But did she have their authority to do so?
She spoke with Mr. Peterkin, and he told her to deal with his mother. She would have final say in all the final details.
I get it. I know what you're saying. You're saying, look, they hand over, for whatever reason, stress, whatever it is, they hand over complete authority to your mother-in-law.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure she's a lovely person, but seriously, to your mother-in-law. Why can't you be like the rest of us and just freak out and have to do everything? To your mother-in-law and to a wedding planner, right? And now you're complaining about what she says they said. Do you have your mother-in-law or the wedding planner here? No. Do you have an affidavit from either of them?
No.
Okay. Worse than that, the wedding planner wrote an affidavit for her.
Saying.
Because what?
Because they're friends.
Okay, but you picked the wedding planner. So I expect you to come in with evidence when you have to prove your case. And here's what the wedding planner says. Watch this. You're not going to like this one bit.
Okay.
Your wedding planner says, I would like to take a moment to put in writing the circumstances surrounding the adjustments for Melanie and Casey Peterkin's wedding dated August 6th. I notified Casey. 1, did not have enough time to set up. 2, ceremony was slated for 5, ending at about 5:45, and guests didn't have somewhere to go. Okay, did she notify you?
Yeah, she called me the week before
And
the
said
wedding
what
and
to you?
said she would like to change the time, and I told her no. I said I would have to talk to my wife, Melanie, and I told her no.
She doesn't say you told her no. So your wedding planner says you're lying. Okay, he also requested that I further discuss this with his mother, which you do agree, Merlene Edwards, whom they had already requested in writing to let her make the final decisions on the wedding. So the night of July 26th, I spoke to Miss Edwards, that's your mom,
right,
at great length. Her concerns were making sure the guests would not be inconvenienced by having to wait 2 hours for reception start time after the ceremony. Are you telling me that your mother and your wedding planner, neither of them told you this?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. When
Yes.
lights started to be turned on, did you go talk to your wedding planner and say what the...
Yes, I asked her what
And
was
what
going on.
did your wedding planner say to you?
The wedding planner says that my mother had said that it was okay to move the time.
So out of curiosity, so now you know that the wedding planner told them end at 12, move everything forward, her mother. So you know that's the facts. Why didn't you sue the wedding planner?
We're going to.
We're going to because, sorry. First, they said we have to go to her
You don't
first.
have to sue anybody first or second. You
Right,
could sue
but
both of them at the same
we
time.
wanna
You could
see-
sue the.
we wanna
But
see-
why would you, if you know now that your representative told her end at 12, move it all forward? What blame would they have then?
Because, let me
Go
talk
ahead,
now.
go ahead.
Because we had a contract.
You could both talk.
We
Okay,
had a
not at the same time. Just go ahead.
We had a contract with her. If you look on the paper, the contract was May 18th.
Absolutely. You have a
Okay.
contract. But when you hand away your authority, you can't complain how the authority went as to her because she's just doing her job. She's being stop and listen. She's being told by the people you gave away all the authority to go ahead and change this. That is not bad, wrong, illegal, or anything else. Next time, don't give away all your decision-making power. This is what happened. She is blameless. If you want to sue somebody, sue your wedding planner. And my advice to you, because I've been to court before, you may not have. My advice to you is if you're going to sue the wedding planner, you best have your mother in court to say, I never told her any such thing, if that's the case. Because if you don't, you are not going to be able to prove that case. Verdict in this case for the defendant.
Just hold on right there, please.
Well, here comes the bride and the groom, and so come on in here, and what's your feeling as you come out of the courtroom losing that case?
It wasn't justified because we had an agreement with the reception in May. And that letter that the judge is talking about, that was signed like a week before the wedding.
Are you going to sue the wedding planner next?
Yes, definitely.
You are?
Definitely.
Yeah,
all right, so the marriage got off on the wrong foot or the right foot? I mean, was the wedding reception fun?
No, not really.
Wasn't fun?
No.
How things going?
Afterwards, it's good.
Oh, yeah?
Just the
Okay.
wedding planner.
All right,
Yeah.
keep up the good work. All right, head right down this way, okay? All right, so come on in here. The wedding planner, why didn't you get whatever contract changes took place in writing?
Well, I didn't get it in writing because she asked that her consultant take care of her entire reception.
All right, a crying bride?
Yeah, it's very sad.
That's bad.
No, I feel
Why'd you
very
wait
sad.
45 minutes to offer the extra hour?
No, I was in another hall. I have two halls. I was in a second hall. I had no idea this confusion was taking place. They should have come to me first instead of going to their consultant. But they know that their consultant arranged it. So that's why they went to their consultant.
Okay.
And not me.
Okay. To the street, Harvey.
You know, when you plan a wedding, you should write down every single detail in every contract you make. If you're really concerned about detail, those details should be in the contract. That will do it for this case. Litigants, for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.